It is a big night on our Space Coast as NASA is set to launch the most powerful rocket ever built, beginning NASA's process of returning to the moon with the Artemis 1 mission.
It has been a long journey to get to this point. 4 times this mission was either ready for launch or a firm date was set, and each time passed. And now another problem for the Artemis 1 mission. We have live team coverage tonight ahead of the launch window that opens in a little more than 3 hours.
WESH 2's Stuart Moore is kicking off our team coverage from Titusville. Stuart.
Michelle and Jim, we just got that late-breaking news within the last half hour about a possible hydrogen leak near the base of this rocket. We want to bring in WESH 2 space expert Scott Heidler, who's been following this. And Scott, what's the latest information we're hearing from NASA?
Stuart, what we're hearing right now is it's actually a hydrogen replenish valve at the base of that mobile launcher. Essentially what this does is it replenishes hydrogen, and there's also one for oxygen, that is essentially boiling off, because these are both liquid state for these gases that boil off at a very low temperature. So they'll boil off continually even though the tanks are full. So this is the replenishment into those tanks, and there's a valve at the base, it's a shoe at the base of this mobile launcher that goes in to replenish the hydrogen fuel that is leaked off, that is boiled off, I should say. And there is a leak in that shoe. Now, what we're hearing from NASA officials is they're going to send 2 members of the Red Crew. These are crew members that are able to go onto the launch pad when there's a rocket that's full of fuel. As you can imagine, that's quite a dangerous thing. So we're hearing that they will be able to go there. They're based 4 miles from launch pad 39B. They are going to go in a vehicle, drive out there. And from what it sounds like, at least at this stage, NASA officials saying that it should be a 15-minute operation. Essentially what they're going to do in the shoe where the leak is, they're going to torque bolts, tighten it, essentially, so that hopefully this intermittent leak will be corrected when they do this. Again, this is something that just happened over the last half hour. You know, we're going through a pretty smooth countdown until just now. Stuart. NASA leadership, engineers, and millions watching, all hoping that the 4th attempt will be the last for Artemis 1 SLS. After the 2 technical issue scrubs, the SLS was rolled back into the VAB to shelter from Hurricane Ian. So now hopes are that just after 1 a.m. or within 2 hours of the launch window, the night sky of the Cape will briefly glow orange as a 322-foot rocket stack makes its way to the moon on this test mission of the Artemis program.
Getting through the 2 minutes of the solid rocket booster burn is always a big phase of the mission. And, from there, usually the liquid engines can do the job to get it all the way to orbit from there. But getting through that first 2 minutes has always been kind of a critical element.
The previous technical issues, including a hydrogen leak, have not presented themselves in tonight's countdown. Even though the mission is shorter than earlier launch windows would have provided, the process of getting into lunar orbit, testing the SLS from launch to splashdown, is the key that will ultimately lead to a human base on the moon.
It's really the beginning of the lunar human exploration age of the 21st century, and we may look back on this years from now and say that was the beginning of sort of the future of humanity getting off the planet and out of low Earth orbit.
So all that history hopefully will be launching in just the next couple of hours. Obviously, we have to work through this issue now, but right now it seems like that's the main focus. We've made it down the countdown better than we had the last 2 attempts. With technical issues, then obviously we had to roll back for protection from Hurricane Ian. Stuart?
Scott, I know they hate going out to the launch pad once it's already out there, and especially once fueling has begun. How rare is it to see this type of intervention to try and get this rocket off the ground?
It's rare. I know when you look at all the attempts that we've had with Artemis, that hasn't happened. They were able to try, I shouldn't say able to, but try to work through the technical issues without sending anyone out to the launch pad. You have a special crew, the Red Crew, that go out and are trained for this. When NASA made the announcement that they're going to send out these 2 crew members, they said hazmat's been alerted, the EMT has been alerted. So obviously it's a very dangerous process, and you have highly skilled people that are going out there to do it. So yes, it is a very uncommon thing. And obviously, if there's a specific idea that they can fix it by sending people out there, they're going to do it. And that's what we're going to see over the next hour or so. Stuart?
All right, West 2's Scott Heidler reporting for us live tonight. Scott, I know you're going to continue to monitor the NASA feed. Let us know if you hear anything else. We'll come back to you immediately. Also want to talk more about this rocket because obviously we've been hearing about it for weeks and years now. But the Artemis launch and the SLS rocket is a huge mission and a huge undertaking, $4.4 billion worth of huge. It's 322 feet high right now. It can even go higher depending on how far out into space the mission plans for. Its size at liftoff will be about 5.7 million pounds. It'll take 8.5 million pounds itself just to get it off the ground, all to lift the payload back to the moon of 59,000 pounds. Now, this is something that scientists have been looking forward to over at NASA for a very long time. Here's one of the chief project managers just 1 year ago talking about the SLS rocket.
It was breathtaking to see it all in one piece now, finally. You know, you go in the VAB, you look up and you see that huge rocket that, you know, something that hasn't been seen since the Saturn days is a big rocket like that.
All right, another big issue that we've always run into as well is whether or not the weather will hold up. It's delayed launches throughout the years, including one of the Artemis attempts. Let's check in now with meteorologist Eric Burris. And Eric, you also have a special guest. You got NASA Administrator Bill Nelson to talk more about this leak and the caution that goes into going forward with the launch.
That's right, Stu. Yeah, so it needs no introduction, but if we were to, let's look at your resume. Astronaut, senator, and obviously the NASA Administrator, Senator Bill Nelson. Thank you for coming by the Weather Lab. Talk to us a little bit about the phase that we're in. Right now we're watching a bit of a leak issue.
We do not launch until it's ready. Now, that's one of the most complicated machines in the world. It's also the most powerful rocket ever. And this is a test flight. It's going to be stressed and tested because we want to know that it's as safe as possible until we put 4 humans on the top. And so obviously in this test flight, we're not going to go until it's ready. They've got a leak. It's not even on the rocket. It's down in the mobile launch platform. They're sending a team out to inspect it. They're going to check some of the leak areas, see if they can tighten it up. And if it is, then we're good to go. And they've got enough time built into this hold that we probably will be able to still get off on the expected time. But we have a 2-hour window, starting at 1:04 a.m.
Now, talk about what has come to this point. We've had several attempts, and under your guidance, the idea has always been not to go until it's right. Here we are with a little bit of a hiccup. You're still optimistic that this continues tonight?
I am, but understand, you know, in my own experience on the early part of the Space Shuttle program, we had 4 scrubs. It took the better part of a month before we launched on the 5th try. And then lo and behold, 10 days later, Challenger launched in that frigid weather. And we lost 7 astronauts, 7 souls. So we don't go until it's right.
Right. So weather, obviously not a huge concern right now, but this vehicle has been stressed over the last week because, of course, Hurricane Nicole had moved through. All the last several days, crews have been looking at the rocket, looking at the stack, and have evaluated it safe. Out of everything that you've heard, what's your comfort level on the state of the ship post-hurricane?
It is ready to go. And barring this leak problem and some other problem come up, we're ready to go. Now, you said something that I must say, I'm a 5th-generation Floridian, and I'm accustomed to hurricanes. But never in my wildest dreams did I think that the launch of this rocket would be delayed by not 1, but 2 hurricanes that hit directly here at the Kennedy Space Center.
Yeah, what are the odds?
Yes, there you go.
So this is Artemis 1. Artemis 2 leads into manned flight, and Artemis 3 continues. What is your feeling for tonight? Hopefully we'll get a flight. What's your feeling going ahead, looking ahead to Artemis 2 and Artemis 3?
Well, in a couple of years, we will fly 4 humans. That crew will be announced in 2 or 3 months. and we will send them out around the moon, and then about a year later, we will go into lunar orbit, rendezvous with a lander. 2 of the 4 crew will go down to the surface. That's late 2025 will be the first woman and the next man to walk on the surface of the moon.
What a time to be alive.
Amen.
Thank you very much, sir, for talking to us. Have a great evening, and go Artemis.
Go Artemis.
That's the very latest from the Kennedy Space Center. We're going to chat about the launch forecast when I see you coming up in the next half hour. But for now, we'll send it back to you guys.
Okay, Eric, thanks so much. Again, the launch window will open at 1:04 a.m., albeit that they get this leak fixed before then. Our special team coverage of the launch will begin in about 2.5 hours at 12:30 right over on West 2. I will, of course, see you again in the next half hour, but for now, we'll send things back to the studio in Winter Park to Michelle and Jim. Guys?